Donald Trump is getting ready to throw Pete Hegseth under the bus and blame him for their alleged war crimes, and I don't think Pete Hegseth knows it yet.
Trump is already moving on to the next phase of the Iran war, which is to blame everybody but himself. Let's watch this clip of him first blaming his advisors.
The situation was very quickly approaching the point of no return, and the United States found it intolerable, in my opinion, based on what Steve and Jared and Pete and others were telling me, Marco, so involved, that I thought that they were going to attack us. I thought they would, if we didn't do this at the time we did it, I think they had in mind to attack us.
Hey, Marco, remind me again why we attacked Iran.
We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that that would precipitate an attack against American forces. And we knew that if we didn't preemptively go after them before they launched those attacks, we would suffer higher casualties.
Okay. So we knew that Israel was going to attack Iran, and that was going to make Iran attack us. And so we attacked Iran, even though that made Iran attack us, in order to stop it somehow. There's a lot to unpack there. Mr. President, what do you have to say about it?
We were having negotiations with these lunatics, and it was my opinion that they were going to attack first. They were going to attack. If we didn't do it, they were going to attack first. I felt strongly about that. And we have great negotiators, great people, people that do this very successfully and have done it all their lives very successful. And based on the way the negotiation was going, I think they were going to attack first. And I didn't want that to happen. So if anything, I might have forced Israel's hand.
So wait, you forced Israel's hand? See, Marco was just telling us that Israel was going to attack, and that was going to make Iran attack us, which is why we had to attack them. But you're saying that you had a feeling that Iran was going to do something, and so you forced Israel's hand. So this was all your decision. This was all your doing. You certainly weren't just doing what Netanyahu told you to do. This was your doing. See, I'm sitting here really confused because none of you guys can keep your fucking stories straight. Do you know what the crazy thing about this is? Do you know what the absolute insane thing about this is? Is when I talk to people who don't want a woman president, this is the exact reason that they give me. Well, you know, it'll be that time of the month and they'll be all up in their feelings. The next thing we know, we're in World War III. This man has not done anything yet that was not because of his feelings. We've got embargoes being put on countries because his feelings are hurt that the Supreme Court turned down his tariffs. We've got tariffs being enacted on countries because his feelings are hurt because of how they acted or what they said to him or what they did to him or they didn't like something he did. We've got a leader of the supposed free world that is demanding that certain, like, TV personalities get canceled, certain news stations get canceled because his feelings are hurt because of something they said about him. And we've got a leader that is starting wars because he had a feeling that something might happen. This is your whole argument. This is it. Can we start over? Can we wipe the slate clean and get, like, I don't know, AOC or Kamala, or hell, I'll take Pete Buttigieg. I could never say his name right. You know who I'm talking about. Anybody. I don't want someone that leads this country based on feelings. I don't think feelings have any place in foreign policy. I don't think feelings have any place in financial policy. I certainly don't think feelings have any place in military policy. Do you know we don't lead the world in nearly anything? I would like to have an intelligent person leading this country. I would like to have an intelligent group of people that can make policies that can maybe, just maybe, catch us up to the rest of the world, because we don't lead in anything. We certainly don't. I don't want to lead. We lead in military spending. And I am reminded of, there was a TV show called The Newsroom or something like that, where there was a very famous speech at the very beginning of the show. And in that speech, he said that we lead the world in three things: military spending, number of incarcerated citizens per capita.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you doing? I'm hoping that you are doing great from whatever you're watching this video from. As you know, I'm your host and presenter, Agent Stories. There's something that I want us to talk about. Trump has started blame games. And guess what? It doesn't just end with him himself. Now he's deflecting it back to the people that he had. Yeah, Mr. Donald Trump doesn't have any truth in him, because what does he do? He's good at lying. Right now, the fault has come when he's being questioned. Why did you attack Iran? Iran hasn't done anything to you. But then, what he says really speaks a lot, and it proves that part of history that black people have been saying. Remember, black people have been saying something to do with white deflection, because Donald Trump is just a sample of what black people have been talking about. See, when a person deflects from the truth, a person fails to take accountability for the mistakes that he does. And what do they do? If they don't deflect, they blame it on another person. Just like they used to blame black people. That, black people, you're not always working hard. You're not like doing your best. You need to do your best. They're deflecting the truth of racism. They're deflecting the truth. And that's how today we are seeing Mr. Donald Trump deflecting. That is one of those folks that perpetuated this war. And right now he's being asked, so many times you've been trying to negotiate for peace. That's Iran is saying, we have tried to negotiate for peace with you. But what did you do? You went ahead and went against what we agreed. And you guys went and struck what you did. But see, this is what is happening. He's being questioned. He's saying the failing of thinking that Iran will go against the agreement made them strike, while Iran didn't do anything to them. So what do you see? What does that tell you about this group of people? Brothers and sisters, I want you to watch this video, and then I'll be back, because this video proves for the longest time, if they don't deflect, they start blaming. They start playing blame games. That's what they do. And right now that Trump is on the chokehold, what is he doing, brothers and sisters? What is he doing? He's doing what is good at doing best. And that's deflecting. That's white America for you. So brothers and sisters, I'm gonna let you watch this video, and then I'm gonna be back. You let me know what you think in the comment section about this.
And number of adults that believe angels are real. And I don't think that's something to strive for. I personally would like to lead the world in math. I would like to lead the world in scientific advancement. I would like to lead the world in technology. I would love to lead the world in healthcare. And I don't mean capitalistic nightmare healthcare. I mean citizens being taken care of in the best way possible, in a way that one bad accident, one medical emergency doesn't completely bankrupt their entire way of life. That's where I would like to lead the country or the world. That's where I would like to be. I don't know about the rest of y'all. And the fact of the matter is we are not going to get there if we create policy and law and take action based on how fearless leader is feeling that day.
If we didn't hit within 2 weeks, they would have had a nuclear weapon. If we didn't do the B-2 attack a number of months ago, they would have a nuclear weapon. And when crazy people have nuclear weapons, bad things happen.
Did you and I just hear Donald Trump say when crazy people have nuclear weapons, bad things happen? Hey, Father in heaven. You know what? Let me just go Nigerian on you for 1 second. Because there's a Yoruba proverb that says, Kokoro tó ń jẹ ẹ̀fọ́, abẹ́ ẹ̀fọ́ ló wà. Literally meaning the insect that eats the vegetable lives under the vegetable. Like the call is coming from inside the house. Because you see, I would think that bad things happening when crazy people have nuclear weapons looks like this. Exhibit 1. What is the first and only country to have used nuclear weapons in war? That's right, you guessed it. The United States of America. Let's say together, when crazy people have nuclear weapons, bad things happen. Exhibit 2. What is the only country in the world to use nuclear weapons against its own citizens? Yes, you guessed it right. The United States of America. Go look it up. Crazy people with nuclear weapons do bad things. Exhibit 3. Come on. The first country in the world to detonate a hydrogen bomb, destroy part of an island, which is still radioactive to date. The United States of America. Oh, don't you just love the way America leads by example? Oh, let's see that again. Crazy people with nuclear weapons do bad things. What is the only democracy known to have detained people indefinitely without trial? Yeah, you got it right. The United States of America. Listen, America has range that is not limited to nuclear powers alone. It's any kind of power it has. By now, I don't need to ask you any more questions because you should know that the answer to every question is America. Because yes, America is the first nation to deploy weaponized drones for global targeted killings. That's right. And it did that in countries like Pakistan, Yemen, Somalia, and Afghanistan. I'm just saying, before Donald Trump points the finger at Iran, maybe he should take a good look in the mirror and point the finger at America first. You know what I mean? But I very much doubt that if this guy looked in the mirror, he would see the hypocrisy and double standards that he embodies. In the words of Britney Spears, Trump, hit me with it one more time.
When crazy people have nuclear weapons, bad things happen.
Irony is dead. Riddle me this. How can Iran have nuclear weapons in 2 weeks when Trump posted last year he had totally obliterated Iranian nuclear facilities? He lied then, he's lying now. Let me tell you, these people are gaslighting us and take us for fools.
Why did Donald Trump go to war against Iran?
It's a very good question.
Thank you very much.
And it only has about 6 or 8 answers, depending on which one you want to pick at any given time.
Right? If you had to explain in 10 seconds, why did we go to war now?
It's a very good question. And the truth is, we don't know the answer, right? They have given us multiple versions of that story all week. He went for it now because he had a feeling, according to his press secretary, that something bad might happen, that Iran was going to attack. He went to war because the Israelis were going to go to war anyway, and therefore they decided they had to go with the Israelis, because otherwise there would be retaliation against American forces. That was Marco Rubio.
The situation was very quickly approaching the point of no return, and the United States found it intolerable, in my opinion, based on what Steve and Jared and Pete and others were telling me, Marco so involved, that I thought that they were going to attack us. I thought they would, if we didn't do this at the time we did it, I think they had in mind to attack us. And
okay, the blame game has now begun. Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, and Marco Rubio have been thrown under the bus by... You don't understand. Now what this has done, essentially, he has taken blame and shifted it to them. So if this presidency doesn't survive, the next presidency, if they decide to punish for this Iraq war, the president has said the 3 people who misled him into this war. That means Marco Rubio, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner are responsible for lying to the president and forcing him into a war. That's basically what he just did. He literally just came out and threw his subordinates under the bus. That's insane.
Donald Trump's trying everything but telling the truth when it comes to the U.S. Navy's Tomahawk that struck the girls' elementary school in Iran. Today, he said a lot of countries have the Tomahawk. The U.S. has given them to a lot of countries. That is not true. The only country that currently operates the Tomahawk besides the United States is the United Kingdom. Japan has been authorized to buy them, but has not fielded them yet. And Australia has been authorized to buy them and has not fielded them yet. So, considering that the United Kingdom was not shooting Tomahawks into Iran, that leaves that the Tomahawks were the United States. So, the Tomahawk missile that has been seen in video now, that has been confirmed to not be AI video, hitting a girls' elementary school and removing the lives of 160 plus individuals, mostly girls and young elementary age girls, was the United States and the United States Navy. So they either programmed them wrong or there was a failure with the missile. But either way, the United States is directly responsible.
Trump is already moving on to the next phase of the Iran war, which is to blame everybody but himself. Let's watch this clip of him first blaming his advisors.
And the United States found it intolerable, in my opinion, based on what Steve and Jared and Pete and others were telling me, Marco so involved, that I thought that they were going to attack us. I thought they would, if we didn't do this
pretty clear that Trump is ready to throw everybody around him under the bus, unsurprisingly, and I think I heard Marco Rubio screaming in the background there as his presidential ambitions are potentially dashed. And there's a reason why J.D. Vance has been completely silent on this topic, because he wants nothing to do with this war, because he knows that it will be very unpopular when he wants to run for president. But not only are we blaming our advisors, the next thing Trump and the MAGA media are doing are blaming the Iranian people for not rising up against their regime.
President, you promised the Iranian people you would help them, but it sounds like you're willing to end this fight after your military objectives have wrapped up. Isn't that a betrayal of
Will I
people?
help them? I'd like to, if they can behave, but they've been very menacing. You know, they're great people. They have an amazing population.
President, you promised the Iranian people you would help them, but it sounds like you're willing to end this fight after your military objectives have wrapped up. Isn't that a betrayal of
Will
the
I
people?
help them? I'd like to, if they can behave, but they've been very menacing. You know, they're great people. They have an amazing population. It's amazing, smart, brilliant, energetic. They have a great, I'd love to help them, but they have to be in a system that allows them to be helped. And right now they're in a system that only allows failure. And I don't want that. And I want a system that's not going to be attacking us. We want a system that can lead to many years of peace. And if we can't have that, we might as well get it over with right now. Yep.
Here's the clip of Donald Trump saying that Steve Bannon, Jared Kushner, Marco Rubio, and Pete Hegseth are the reason why we attacked Iran, because they needed it to. They told the president that Iran was going to attack us for. Here's the clip.
The situation was very quickly approaching the point of no return, and the United States found it intolerable, in my opinion, based on what Steve and Jared and Pete and others were telling me, Marco, so involved, that I thought that they were going to attack us. I thought they would, if we didn't do this at the time we did it, I think they had in mind to attack.
Every time I watch one of these press conferences or something, bro, they get progressively worse. Every single time. I'm supposed to be packing. The world's falling apart. I'm supposed to be fun packing.
Everybody on his staff, everybody in the military said, don't do it, don't do it. And he said, I know better. And he did it. And sure enough, he's being proven that he fucked up. You should listen to people now and again. Roseanne says Trump's already lied about who hit the girls' school, blaming others when there's irrefutable proof it was the U.S. Yeah, it was a Tomahawk missile. It was definitely the U.S. They've looked at every different angle. They looked at satellite stuff, and it was the U.S. Donald Trump said it was Iran. It makes no sense for Iran to do that. And then he was trying to sell it today that, oh, we sell a lot of those Tomahawk missiles, so it's not just us. Everybody has a bullshit. And then you've got Hegseth and these people going, oh, we're investigating it. That's the code for when fucked up, and I just don't want to admit to it. Yeah, that's going to come back to haunt him. You don't just bomb an elementary school, 75 kids. It's just not going to work. It's going to come back to haunt you.
This is his way of explaining why there is still people that are suffering and having hard times, going, oh no, the jobs report's not good, but that's because we had to deport all those migrants.
Virtually 100% of the net job creation in the last year has gone to migrants. You know that? Most of the job creation has gone to migrants. In fact, I've heard that substantially more than beyond the number of 100%. It's a much higher number than that, but the government hasn't caught up with that yet. But virtually
blame the immigrants for the problems, deport the immigrants, and then when the problems are still there, continue to blame the immigrants. Seems to be the game plan. And look, this is why Trump, when he ran for office, this is why he was so, this is why he was attractive to a lot of people, is because as a place of resistance, he could say, this is the problem, I'm here to fix it. And then when it comes time to fixing it, he doesn't fix it. He makes a broken system even more broke, and then claims I can't fix it because the system's broke. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Well, now that Donald Trump got exactly what he wants by making sure no one is talking about the Epstein files and everybody is talking about his brand new war in the Middle East, it would make sense that he wouldn't do anything to voluntarily turn everybody's attention back to the Epstein files, right?
voter ID, you know, it can be given to you by your daughter. You know, your daughter, she has to be of age, like above 6 years old, she's allowed to say.
I'm sorry, of age is how old now?
Like above 6 years old.
That actually explains a lot. Yeah.
That's crazy. You know how Trump always blames everything on Biden? And then what I've noticed is that centrist Dems like Biden, they blame everything on Bernie. So Trump blames Biden, centrists blame Bernie. But Trumpers and centrist Dems like Biden are all bought by the same group. They all receive money from AIPAC. They all receive money from Israel. They all receive money from the same corporations, from the same pharmaceuticals, from the same private equity firms, from the same fossil fuel companies. And then they want to blame these third parties, though. The third parties are like somehow the enemy. And they go after them hard. And the entire time, both sides could have shut down this war. Neither did. But the third party ones, those are the ones we got to watch out for.
Hello brothers and sisters, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you are doing great from wherever you're watching this video from. As you know, I'm your host and presenter using stories, and it is about that time we talk about the truth. It's about that time we call out all these situations and just talk about it the way it is, because people need the truth, and we all need the truth. Because at the end of the day, the truth is all that matters. So Mr. Donald Trump, we are seeing him trying to deflect from this truth. He's already been caught guilty so many times. But now, what he's doing, blame game. Blame game everywhere. Call Marco Rubio, blame it on Pet. He's good at that. That's what he does. And this is what people say in regards to this. Trump don't have any truth in him. He is a demon in human form. Yes, this person that has commented this has said the truth. And Trump, again, when you watch the video, you could listen. I mean, you can listen him saying that. Those lunatics. He was referring to Iranians. So between Iranians and Trump, who is a lunatic? That's just a question. Who is a lunatic? Between Trump and Iranians, who is a lunatic in this case? And who is acting impulsively? Because Trump is so good at acting impulsively. Is that person that don't let logic settle. Emotions pump in his head, and then he makes decision. After making the decision, there comes them consequences. You know how it goes. Somebody says that here comes the tap dancing. Iran wants his head, and the majority of the American people will give him over to them. And Trump don't want the fault to fall on him. So what does he do? Blame other people. Deflect from the truth. That's how it has always been. Deflect from the truth. Somebody said that Trump saying, I thought they were coming for us. I thought they were coming for us. That is a speech of surrendering gradually. 100%. I thought they were coming for us. Yeah, definitely. He acted impulsively. He acts emotionally. And he acts out of fear. Because after striking peace with Iran so many times, what do? You go behind their back and make your decisions. That's what you do. Somebody say that, and now we go blame game stats. The whole world knows this administration is so damn underqualified for this task at hand. But we have some folks who chose him. Yeah. Even though they knew he was so underqualified, they still chose him. But why did they choose him? They chose him because he represented white people. It is because of white supremacy. Right. So somebody say that Trump and his goons jumped to assumption, just like when the cops attack black people based on their assumptions. So many correlations. And indeed, it makes sense. Somebody said that, excuse me, MAGA, but Trump's and his entire criminal administration are the threat, and every one of them must be prosecuted for their crimes against Iran. Yep, they have to be prosecuted against Iran because the things they have done, so much uncountable. And they have caused a lot of problems to, like, people that have put trust in the United States. They have caused a lot of trauma, a lot of trouble to these people. So it is time they are put behind bars. Somebody saying that everything they're accusing Iran of doing, they already did, killing their own people, dictatorship, enslaving people, and forcing them to be like the masters want, or they'll be locked up or killed. No freedom, no democracy, no right, only working like slaves and paying taxes or else getting killed. This is the life of the Americans who think they live in a free land. El Mao. Somebody say that, what does it mean the US doesn't lead in anything? We lead in most imprisoned people. We lead in the least having health, food, homelessness, and so on and so forth. Somebody says that every time Trump tells a lie about the war or insults the citizens of Iran, I get paranoid because they've already unalived his father and other family members plus the children at the school. They are not gonna stop until they make us pay. Meanwhile, Trump and his administration get to hide in the bunkers while we put out there struggling to stay afloat. When the Twin Towers got hit, we were uproar. So imagine if we had to go through what the people of Iran are going through. I can't speak for anyone but anyone else, but when I heard the citizen chanting death to the American, it gave me chills. Every insult and lie makes things 10 times worse. Somebody also said that, so my mind simplifies everything by American shooting at an armed country because we thought they had an imaginary gun about to shoot us, so we shoot first. I understand the complexity of the situation and I understand the explanation was too simple, but yeah, I noticed the pattern of recurring problem with these people. That's you. Marco Rubio, the problem's gonna be falling to you. You just know that Trump is washing his hands and he's trying to pin you and he's trying to make you be the bad person in this game. So brothers and sisters, please let me know what you think about this. As you know, I'm your host and presenter Agent Stories, but until then, let me see you in my next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.